Hey everybody, one of my biggest stock positions got hammered in earnings season this year. It is Pinterest, ticker symbol PINS. I'm going to dive into the numbers in just a second. Before we do, please take a minute and check out the link you see on your screen, fool.com/Frankel. It is the best way to support this work I'm doing on YouTube. You can get the top 10 stocks to buy right now from the Motley Fool. Again, fool.com/Frankel, and stay tuned for a message from the Motley Fool after this short video. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen real quick. You can see right here just kind of an overview of what happened. Pinterest, so this was its second worst day ever. The day after its third quarter earnings report, the stock fell 22%, despite what on the surface looked like generally strong results. The problem is that tariff headwinds are affecting the company's international advertisers and could continue to do so. A lot of people don't realize just how international Pinterest is. It's about 84 to 85% of its user base is outside of the United States. So it's more affected by tariff headwinds than a lot of its social media peers. It trades for less than 15 times forward earnings right now, which is a steal for this company. And I think it's definitely worth a closer look. So let's look at some of the numbers real quick. So this is Pinterest revenue. Year over year, 17% revenue growth. That is pretty excellent, especially when I just said that there are tariff headwinds affecting it. The strongest growth was overseas. I'll get to the monetization in a little bit, but the biggest part of the user growth was overseas, and U.S. users are already very well monetized for Pinterest. It's really the Europe and the rest of world segment that need a little bit better monetization. But 17% year-over-year revenue growth. So this is right now. This is the third quarter of 2024, just for comparison. Monthly active users. Not only did Pinterest hit 600 million monthly active users in the quarter, its highest level ever, the growth rate actually accelerated. You can see it was 10% a couple quarters ago, then 11, then 12, now 12. So the user base growth is actually accelerating. And like I said, most of that took place in the outside of U.S. segments. So the U.S. and Canada, about 1 million users were added in the quarter. In Europe, it was about 4 million. And in the rest of the world, it was significantly more, about 18 million. So that's where most of the growth is coming from right now. And here's what I was talking about when it comes to monetization of the user base. This is the company's users in US and Canada. So the average US Pinterest user generated $7.64 during the quarter for the company. Just 5% growth year over year. But the real opportunity here is the Europe and rest of the world. You can see how small these bars are compared to the US. European monetization was up 31% year over year. Outside of the US, Canada, and Europe, it was up 21%. This is the biggest part of the user base, or up 44% rather. But you can see just how little money Pinterest is making off this user base compared to the US and Canada. So big opportunity, but remains it's going in the right direction. And you can see profitability. This is adjusted EBITDA, which Pinterest believes is its best metric of profitability. Not only is it rising nicely, but margins are going up as well. Over the past 4 quarters, the adjusted EBITDA margin has steadily climbed from 27% to about 30%. So the business became even more profitable. So going through these slides, you might wonder, why is the stock down? And like I said, it is mostly tariff-related concerns to advertisers, and which I view as temporary headwinds. I think the stock is a great buy right now. I'd love to hear what you think. Leave me any comments you have. I'll do my best to respond to any of them individually. Thanks for watching. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investment. So I'm proud to partner with the Motley Fool to bring you 10 stock picks from their popular product, Stock Advisor. Stock Advisor has beaten the market by more than 5 times. Go to fool.com/Frankel to get your 10 stock picks now. The Motley Fool Stock Advisor returns are 914% as of January 7th, 2025, and are measured against the S&P 500 returns of 174% as of January 7th, 2025.